Moving on now, the DMK-led Tamil Nadu government has approached the Supreme Court challenging the interim order passed by the Madras High Court restraining the use of names and photographs of living personalities, former chief ministers, party leaders or political parties for government welfare schemes. A recent order of the Madras High Court restrained the state from using Chief Minister MK Stalin's name or that of former Chief Minister M Karunanidhi for naming government schemes. A bench led by Chief Justice B.R. Gavai agreed to list the matter this week after Senior Advocate Mukul Rohatgi for the state mentioned it for urgent listing. The Supreme Court there agreed to hear the matter on Wednesday. This is, in fact, the latest news that we are bringing for all our viewers. The DMK-led Tamil Nadu government has now approached the Supreme Court challenging the interim order passed by the Madras High Court restraining the use of names and photographs of living personalities, former chief ministers, party leaders or political parties for the government welfare schemes. Let me quickly go across to my colleague Thoya Jakshi Shekhar, who joins me live with more details on the same. Thoya, what exactly was the Madras High Court's reasoning behind restraining the use of names and photos in the welfare schemes?
Well, yes, Neha, the state of Tamil Nadu has now approached the Supreme Court to challenge the interim order passed by the Madras High Court. Order restrains the use of the names and photographs of living personalities, former chief ministers, party leaders, or political parties in government welfare schemes, where a bench led by Chief Justice of India, B.R. Gavai, agreed to list this matter after the Senior Advocate Mukul Rohatgi, representing the state, requested its listing that happened today, where Rohatgi described the case as extremely urgent and unusual, explaining that the Madras High Court's order prohibited the inclusion of the chief ministers' names or the names of any political figures in the government schemes. He argued that this was in direct and contradiction to the previous Supreme Court judgment, which allowed the inclusion of the photographs of the Prime Minister and the Chief Minister in the government-related materials. Why can't they name the Chief Minister's names in their schemes? But now that the Chief Justice agreed to list this matter today, and the Advocate Mukul, also requested earlier, hearing that to which the Chief Justice consisted that the interim order of the Madras High Court mandates that the government welfare schemes, when advertised, cannot include the name of any photographs of any living personalities, nor can they display the photographs of any former chief minister, ideologically the leader or the party emblems or the flag of the DMK. But now that the bench of the Chief Justice Mahendra Mohan Srivatsa and Justice Surendra Mohan noted that the Supreme Court had clarified in the case of the in the state of Karnataka as well. There was a common issue that happened in the state of Karnataka. Now that the use of photographs and ideological leaders of the former chief ministers was at the first glance against the Supreme Court directive, Neha.
Right. Thank you very much, Thoya, for joining us with all of those important insights.